this one, Mick here. You want to see a white set of feet? Just poured down here, rain. Had the bonnet up on my F truck. Just giving the old ute, the old Falco, a quick wash because the road's been fixed up. And have a look at this. These white or what? I'm walking on this gravel, 3/4 inch screenings. We just got our water tank. It's a crusher dust, or some people call it cracker dust. I levelled that pad off with the posi track. Sorry, with the little 2-ton digger. I dry hired it, and tracked it in, and I wheel rolled it in with the Effie because she's got narrow front tyres, and she's got the big 351 up front. So yeah, and but she's chockers, tank's chockers. Look at that trigger, hey? Look at that. I've been cutting metal and everything on that. That's the top piece of gear. My little mate Trig gave us that. He had a few, and he's bloody not a tight ass. He's one of them little blokes that, like a little bloke like myself, if he doesn't need something, he'd rather someone like me have it, or I'd do the same for him. I sold him an XR400 many years ago, and the funny thing about it, the XR400, and I can't remember even what I sold it to him for. I think it might have been, maybe $5,000 at the time. It was new, fairly new bike. It was in perfect condition. It had a heap of spares with it, like 8 oil filters and oil and different front fork springs, I think, and just a standard front, just stuff everywhere. Oh, here comes a Maggie. And yeah, heaps of spares, and I just said, well, it's no use to me, mate. I said, you might as well have all the spares because, yeah, what am I going to do with it? I ain't got no XR400s left. And at the time, I bought a Husky WR252 stroke, 2010 model, brand new. And I wanted the XR to go to a good home. He's only sold it, I'll be 12 months ago, I suppose. Even less, to a bloke, I think up at Burpengary way, sort of closer to Brisbane. But yeah, so yeah, he's the sort of bloke that just say, Mick, well, I'm not going to use it. I've already got 1 or 2 of them, so you might as well have it. That's what he does. You know, one of them blokes that's just thoughtful little things, you know. It's the little things that bloody count, isn't it? And but anyhow, that's just a return favour. He just returned a favour because I give him heaps of stuff for the XRs I was never going to use. So yeah, we've just had a real heavy shower come over here. And the bloody old left truck, guess what? I'd had the bonnet up. I've got the starter motor off her at the moment, getting reconditioned. It's a Bosch. I think I've mentioned in one of my other vlogs. It's a Bosch Australia-made starter motor, and the Auto Sparky is old school. He's in his late 60s, I think he said, or early 70s. He's about ready to retire. This is in Stanthorpe. Daryl's his name, and where I get my car parts and that, they said to me, I'll go and see Daryl. He's a bloody good Auto Sparky. He'll help you out. Yeah, I was talking to him today, and that's exactly what he said. Yeah, I'll have it done for you Thursday, Mick. I said, oh, thanks, Daryl. And completely rebuilt for cheaper. You can buy a brand new, cheaper made one. And I just said, well, and thank you. I'll pick it up off you Thursday. So, yeah, look at those bloody hills over there. So you got different shadows there today, but what am I going to talk to you about? Oh yeah, just stimulation of your feet. Now down here it's probably not a really smart thing to be walking around here without boots on, because it was really starting to cool down here in the northern tablelands, on the tail end of the southern granite belt. Well, this is the granite belt all down through here. But as you can see, look at the rocks up there. Hey, there's rocks up there everywhere. And the dad-in-law's staying here at the moment. He's just tripping around. He's pulled in for a few days. I'm down here doing a bit of work. It's just ongoing. Carlsy and the little girl's up on Sunny Coast working a little arse off. And yeah, but no, there's the bloody tractor there. I'll I won't be doing too much sunrise down tomorrow, having a camp down here. So they'll probably be just staying in our little pod there. And I've got to get to, I was going to brush cut here this afternoon, but I won't be doing it now, and it's nippy. I've just got me Jackie Howe on and a pair of shorts, and obviously got me feet on, me bare feet. I got me bare feet on, believe it or not. I got me bare feet on. How's that sound? As if they're not with me all the time. They're generally always in boots, but look, I think it's very good to stimulate a lot of pressure points, obviously, in your feet. I don't have to tell you that, you already know that. Most people know that. So I think it's great stimulation. But I'll tell you what, we got this Starlink down here. Hell, I'll tell you, does it work well? It works unreal. I got Netflix when I'm down here staying. I've just got a bed and a little aerial and the thing in the cabin. We take it home when we're finished with it, just plug it in down here. But you know, obviously probably best not just leave sitting down here, but then I'm down here a lot of the time anyhow, so doing work. And but anyhow, look, I'm gonna leave it at that. I just wanted to just share about the feet walking on the ground. And I think probably for a bit of time each day, it's probably a really good thing to do, because I suffer anxiety, which is it all known. I've suffered that for nearly 10 years, I'd say. It's a bloody long time now. It's been quite good. Had a bit of a turn the other day, which was out of the blue. What have we got there? Some sort of weed. Oh, look at this. Look what's there. Some sort of hole, not a snake hole, a spider hole. I thought they were funnel web, but someone else reckons they're not. That one day here, I was just walking down here, I was talking to my next door neighbour, and we were going down to look at the old Sami. I say fit because it's Fiat orange. I would love to have got the Sami colour, but that's probably pretty exy. Look at it sitting over there. That's got to be one of the best investments I've ever made. It's got a few oil leaks, nothing much. I'll top the oil up about every 4 or 5 days if I use it 4 or 5 days, and I'll just have to go, not in the engine uses next to no oil at all. And yeah, we're just walking down here. Next minute there's a red-bellied black snake. See this grey gum here, or whatever it is. It's actually had a reprieve, that gum, because they really wouldn't hit any containers and a little shed. So the fellow that dropped these trees for us, I dropped that one the other day, but the fellow that dropped these other trees, Pete, Professor Pete I call him, very cluey with what he does. And I know that because I've been around trees for a long time, and I've seen plenty of blokes operating, cutting trees down. And he's got knowledge, and he doesn't like cutting trees down unless you really got to. So he talks instead of cutting a few down. And he explained it, and he was probably spot on, I'd say. But yeah, but look, I'm going to leave it at that. There's 8 minutes, believe it or not. Just a waffle. A bit of tin here I'm going to put up between the 2 containers I've got here, so I can just park my box trailer in there out of the weather. And sometimes when Carl's is home, I've either got my Falcon Ute or my F-Truck nosed into our little car, King Shade or whatever it is, or Darshi or whatever it is, it's starting to fall apart. So I've got to get my vehicle out, so I don't want to take up her space while she's down here. But look at those hills over there, would you? Look how different they are. They look different every day. It's actually amazing. We've got a few little weeds here. A little yellow one that looks like a very miniature dandelion. And then that's a weed. I can't think of it just offhand. They're everywhere on the sunny coast. We've got some beautiful coloured weeds here, but just have a look at those hills, would you? Today, they never look the same, because with the clouds in the sky. There's obviously heavy grey clouds, so yeah. And there's just rows and rows of mountain ranges. And then so the mountain ranges actually reach the clouds today. So how beautiful is that? Isn't it great to be alive? Hey? Look. I can hear a dog barking hundreds of metres away. Way over. Our little boys are up beside I've got my little boys, Carl's and my little boys, three-legged Frankie, little Frankie Fish, and Harry High Pants. They've just been out and done their business, as they do. I got my Jackie Howe on here. They got the fire going. No, I've got the fire, the gas. It's a little gas, what do you call it? Little gas heater. And it screws onto your gas bottle. I'll just show it to you. Carl's got it in. It was BCF, I think. And it actually doesn't chew much gas. Gas. That's naughty. Gash. I shouldn't say things like that, should I? In Australian, I won't say, but in Australian, the word gash could mean you've gashed your leg open, but it also means something else, which I won't say. Hey boys, we got a little camper chairs there, and they got the little camper beds there. This is just empty, this thing here. But when we're down here, we've got little camp chairs. Look at that. We've got a camp fridge over there. Hey? How good does it get? What more would you want in life? Look, there's a great big grasshopper. Jeez, it's quiet. Oh, hang on. It's an ornament. I got that for Carl's. Anyhow, I use these boots a bit. They're an actual adventure boot for dirt bikes, and they're Former. They're a really good brand, and I'll use them because they're nice and light. See, that I've been standing heavy on the left foot peg. I always do that for some reason, I don't know why. I was watching the thing the other day, I'm actually standing, I should be standing with the foot peg on about right on the halfway through this front tread, or a little bit back from that, but not on the back heel. It's just for balance and where you stand over the bike. But I do smack my head on the front mudguard at times. That might sound a bit out there, but I've always ridden all over my bike. I've just done that ever since I've been a young fella. And you'd never credit that you can smack your front of your helmet, your peak, on the front mudguard in front of your headlight or your plate. And I often do that. It's just how much you move over a bike, and you don't really realise until you do something like that. But yeah, that's apparently not a bad thing to do. But because you just move your weight all over your bike, and hang on with your boots fairly tight, and obviously your knees, because they are a buck and bronco when it's all said and done. And especially if you got between 35 and 50 horsepower. My biggest bike, my IT490, is probably 35, 36 horsepower. It's actually an IT500, believe it or not. The barrel is on the final bore, and then I've got to sleeve it. But it'll never wear out in my lifetime because the piston's only probably done, it's probably done 50 or 60 hours. And those things you just idle, so anyone that can ride a 500 two-stroke on the pipe, good luck to them. I can't. And have a look at this grass. I'm going to leave it grow a bit because it's getting cold, and it's coming in. We're coming into the colder months down here, and I'll tell you what, I went out to do sometimes I just walk out in the morning early, like at 5 o'clock, and do a pee out there, just depending on how I feel. And Monday, hang on, what are we into today? Tuesday. It was Wednesday or Thursday last week. It was freezing. It was 5 degrees here, and I don't know where the weather station is, but it's named after this area. It was 5 degrees, and our neighbours that are about 400 or 500 metres to the south, last winter, we were down at, I think we were at minus 4, I think it was. I took the photo of the thing, and I'll do it again this year and put it up and have a talk about it. Everything's ice, and I think we're at minus 4 and they're at minus 8. So it does get cold here, and they've been here 20 years, neighbours, and about 20, and they said it's as cold a day as they'd had down here. But, and now we're into an extremely wet still got rain and we're heading into the cold months. So actually, while I'm here, I'll show you what we've had since yesterday. Well, you've got to stay in there, Harry. So we just had a little bit of drizzle. I guess plane over up high. He's heading out. I think he's heading out of out of Brisbane or the Goldie. So that's only what we got there. 8.5, nearly 9 mil. We had that yesterday and we just had a heavy shower before, but a lot of rain down here. If you get a lot of rain, like I think I measured since the cyclone, Alfred or whatever his name was, I think we had, maybe coming up to 400 mil, not counting this last bit or this last week. But I don't know if that's normal, but where I used to live in Maloney, there's nothing to get average 2 metres, so 200 centimetres. 100 centimetres a metre, so 2 metres of rain, and that's average. And sometimes you can get 3. And I think Townsville, they've had the yearly rainfall in the first 3 months of this year, record since they've been keeping records. But look, I'm going to leave it. That's 16 minutes, and no one will probably watch this. But you wouldn't be dead for quids, would you? We got solar power down here that runs our whole system. And we've invested fairly heavily in solar power, obviously, and batteries aren't cheap. And but when you haven't got when you haven't got power bills, well, you've obviously got to maintain your solar, and that doesn't last forever. Must have been sweating. I've been cleaning the side of my ute, and there's all sweat running out from under me in my mow. I just rubbed my tongue on top of my lip and in my mow, and it's all salty. Anyhow, I had to sweat up there before cleaning the bloody things. But look, I'm not going to waffle on anymore. Yous all have a lovely day, eh? So I think I've said this 3 or 4 times, but it's Sweno Mick, little Mick, or Mick from Macquarie. Mick from Macquarie today. Yous all have a lovely evening. I'm damn sure I will. I probably could even get a fire going, but I won't probably. Over Easter, we're going to put a big stew into the pot there and cook it up, and it's bloody divine. Son Damien, he's coming down. Oh shit, crikey, he can cook. He's a bloody good cook. Wish I was as good a cook at him, but he actually really enjoys cooking. Oh, I'm going to have to clean the side of that container now, it's getting more mouldy. Clean. Rightio, that's enough dribble out of me, and that's bloody 17, nearly 18 minutes. That's shocking. I suppose if you don't watch TV, you can watch stuff like me, and a lot of people probably don't even want to watch this, but there might be the odd one that would. So if you stick a like and subscribe, I'd be really happy about that. Or even if you don't like it and put a comment, say, Mick, you're just a dribbler, you're a waffler, because I'd take that with a great deal of pride, because I do like dribbling a bit. But most of the time it's all pretty true. But anyhow, you all have a lovely day. See ya.